Our relationship with CallingPost has been one of trust on two levels. Number one, there's never been any release of any of our church people's information to anybody that was marketing anything. And we value that, and we let our people know that if you give us your number for CallingPost, it's not going anywhere else. As far as CallingPost delivering, one of the most critical things for me is when there's a death in our church family. We have learned that CallingPost has been a lifesaver, because if someone dies between church services of the week and you really can't use the pulpit to say, our dearly beloved one has parted and we need your help, we rely on CallingPost to get the word out, and it activates all of the support systems that are needed in pastoral care in that comfort-giving situation. And it really has saved us from hurting a lot of people's feelings by leaving them out. Nobody wants to be left out when someone that they love passes away. And so it's just been a great asset in that regard.
The trustworthy part is the most important part, and we have been using CallingPost, I would say, for over 10 years in some capacity along the way, but just with Phil's heart and life, the founder of this ministry, as I know him, I know he's a trustworthy man, and what he touches and what he is involved in is also trustworthy, and we have found nothing but that. With names, the information that's given to CallingPost, we've never heard anything, experienced anything that would be contrary to what people would desire, and no confidentiality that has been broken in any way whatsoever.
One of the key principles of our company is trust, and I think that's one reason that the company has grown so well, is because people know they can trust us. We're on their side, and whatever we do, they know that we're trying to do what's in their best interest. We're not trying to figure out how we can get more money out of them. That is just not our desire. We're trying to figure out how can we help them with their communications and so forth. Of course, the element of finances is always a piece of that, because we have to pay for it some way or another. But we don't believe in selling people's personal data, and I don't mean to jump on any other organization that does it that way. That's just the way they do it. But we are very careful that we never sell, or, for advertising purposes, we do not do anything with people's their information, because to me, that's sacred. To people. They want to know, hey, if I put my personal information up there, if I put my friends and my group's personal information up there, that information is going to be held very strictly confidential. Now, some of the things we're doing will allow them to share some of that if they want to with their membership and others, but that'll be a decision they make, not something we just do and kind of hide behind some kind of usage policy that they signed that they didn't read. People that use CallingPost know they don't really have to look at the usage policy. They know that we're going to take care of them and we're going to do what's right by them in everything we do. But that is one of the differences in our company. It's a key difference, is trust, and we take that obviously super critical to us. And that's why we are able to charge a small, very nominal, a few pennies for some of these communications versus getting advertisers to pay for ability to advertise to our users. We don't do that, and I think that's very important. So trust is a critical aspect of what we do.
That trust is everything. If I did not trust that this information was safe, I couldn't use it. Imagine what would happen if my choir members found out that I sold their information basically to somebody. I wouldn't have a choir. If I couldn't trust what was going on with the company to hold the information securely, then I couldn't use them. And so it's paramount that the trust factor is there. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I've never even thought about it because I don't have to worry about it. And in other words, I don't sit around thinking about the trust issue because I trust. And I've never had to even think about, I wonder if. I've never even thought that because the company's been proven to be trustworthy. So as it's been proven to be trustworthy, there's no reason for me to ever even think about it. And so that's the way it should be, to not even have to think about it.